So let's go ahead and check out what AOC, Miss Captain Useless, coming at the last moment, has leverage and refuses to use it, has to say about this whole TikTok ban when, they banned it for what? It was even 24 hours and then it got reinstated. Okay, so let's go and see what she has to say about it.
To talk a little bit about this TikTok ban, which I voted against, by the way, since this is coming up soon. Last year, when they brought this ban up for a vote, number one, they said it's a national security issue, it's a national security issue. I said, okay, that's serious. Let's see the case. Let's see the intelligence. Let's see what's going on. I can tell you that what was presented to all of the members voting on this thing was not very compelling. Like there was no real information that was given that was a smoking gun, that was anything specific. It was very vague, not convincing, and frankly, it was not convincing to many other members as well. In fact, very high-ranking members on the House Foreign Affairs Committee came to me after the briefing, and they were very shocked and pretty surprised at the lack of substantive information in the briefing. They were genuinely expecting there to be some real or compelling intelligence shared that would substantiate the argument. And there just wasn't. And they were surprised at the lack of information presented at it. And then also, additionally, this bill, which is very large and substantive, like in terms of its impact, came to the Energy and Commerce Committee. It was marked up and it was brought to the floor like in a matter of, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks. I'm trying to remember, was it just a few weeks, which is very, very fast. Very. Additionally, the degree to which corporations surveil the American people without genuine consent and without real mechanisms for opting out should be illegal, point blank, period. And so many of us naturally said, the answer is not just playing endless whack-a-mole with apps. The answer is that we should have real privacy legislation in the United States, and we should help people own their information and have greater agency over their personal information so that they're not being spied on all the time, whether it's a domestic company or a foreign company. So we need to actually have privacy laws in the United States, to which, of course, big tech is going to fight against, and their lobbies are going to fight against. So they just target an app instead of targeting the problem. And then lastly, when this thing was passed, all these legislators were like, who supported it were like, oh, it's not a ban, it's just a forced sale. Which, to be fair, forced sales have happened in the past. Grindr was a forced sale. And they'll say it's not a ban, it'll be a forced sale, it'll be fine. Well, first of all, they provided very little time for that to happen. For an app that big, like who's going to buy TikTok? Hello, like it's very large. But besides that, after leaving no time for a forced sale, now here we are. And I would say that the lack of forethought and the rushed nature of this bill is now evidenced by the fact that both the Biden and Trump administrations are now looking to see if there's any way to reverse or stall it. And if they're looking at that now, why didn't they look at it then?
Okay, so she made some very good points throughout this video. But I just wanted to, I'm a little short on time, so I gotta hurry and finish it. So I'm gonna just go and kind of just give like my initial thought about it. Yeah, so that's one of the things. I feel like with digital stuff like apps and all this kind of stuff, because we are in a different kind of space, okay? Not everyone is mailing their electric bill, through the mail. where they got a stamp and all this kind of stuff. A lot of stuff is digital. You're finding jobs. A lot of them, they say you can't apply for a job on in person. A lot of them are saying, most of them are saying, hey, you got to go and do it online. Hey, you got to do this online. Hey, you want to do this, you got to do it online. Hey, you want to do this, hey, you got to do paperless. Hey, this, and it's everything on there. So yes, there should be more privacy laws in regards to that, to protect other people's personal information and anything else as well. But also, let's not forget, the Democrats were the ones spearheading. I don't want to make it like left and right kind of thing, but it is what it is. They were the one that was spearheading this whole thing of censorship. Oh, we don't want misinformation being put on here, because if anyone knows, the main reason why they did this whole ban and why they're attacking TikTok is not because some national security issue, because almost everything in America is made in China. Okay, there's so many things that are made in China here, so let's just keep that real. But also, and y'all got a lot of jobs, that aren't just manufacturing jobs over there too. But anyways, but that's also another thing in regards to that, is you see all these people saying this, but y'all were the ones that were saying, okay, misinformation, we gotta, misinformation, disinformation, we gotta get it up. We can't be messing with that. Yeah. Ooh, I don't want you doing this. I don't want you saying this, because the whole thing that's going on with Israel and Palestine, they don't like that people are exposing what Israel is doing over there, the atrocities. I mean, go and check out Twitter, okay, if y'all want to see some stuff, okay? I'm sure you don't want to see it, but okay. And people were sharing this same kind of stuff on TikTok. That's also why they were so hard on Twitter. But then Elon said, well, I'm gonna buy it, so can't go ahead and do anything with that, okay? And he was at the inaugural thing, so definitely that's not going to be touched, okay? Not saying there's not censorship on there, but it's very limited. But TikTok was exposing the atrocities that you see that is coming from that country in particular. That's the main thing, because we all know, and people say, oh, it's anti-Semitic if you say it, but if you see that the people in power are of a certain demographic, come on now, okay? So you have that kind of stuff going on. Then you have, on the flip side of that, you have like with the Ukraine-Russian war as well. The Israel and Palestine is the main thing. That's number one. But then you see with the Russian, and you see with the Ukrainian war also as well, where over there, they're over here, you're seeing people say like, oh, we got to go and support Ukraine, give support. And then you see how we had 2 peace treaties coming from Russia. And for with that second one, they were both denied, by the way. But with that second one, it was said, if you go ahead and sign this, you are going to be done, Mr. Zelensky. So what are we doing? So now we're just pumping more money for Israel, more money for Ukraine, more money, more money, more money. Meanwhile, your own people are suffering, and people are seeing it. People are finding out, which I thought was common knowledge, if you just use social media apps for knowledge. Yeah, you can use it for entertainment. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have a lot of people who aren't using it for that. You're having a lot of people who are just simply just endlessly scrolling, and that's about it. So that's one of the main things in regards to this that you see. But yeah, you guys were also huge for censorship, because you didn't want other people to see this. You didn't want to see how other people are living. You don't want to know from people who were actually in these countries, showing having eyewitness statement and video saying this is what happened. She has the nerve to come out here and say, oh man, can you believe this? I can't believe that, these people are doing this and that, and oh, they're so terrible, and we gotta go and stop them. And well, girl, lady, where were you before? Talking about sunscreen. What are we talking about? Oh, Nancy Pelosi's a mama bear of the Democrats. And once she said that, I said, oh, I know what kind of person she is. Different. But now you're, oh, well, I got something to say. Girl, bye.